What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right. So before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, the brother Robert Mason coming through with the multiple donations, 3 different donations to the channel via the PayPal. Much respect to him for showing love to Too Raw for TV. All right, so last night the Golden State Warriors played the Sacramento Kings. It was a game that came down to the wire, but ultimately the Sacramento Kings prevailed 134 to 133. Steph Curry led the Warriors with 33 points. Harrison Barnes led all scorers with 39. Steph Curry shot above 50%, I believe it was. I think he shot 14 or 26 from the floor. But he did only have 2 assists in this game. And this is something that I want to talk about that I don't think people are focusing on because he's Steph Curry. Steph Curry is a 4-time NBA champion. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's the greatest three-point shooter the game has ever seen. He's arguably the greatest shooter the game has ever seen. I say arguably because you can make a case for Kevin Durant as far as the mid-range, because everybody just looks at threes. You know what I'm saying? The reason why Curry's in the conversation, he's the greatest free throw shooter ever, 91%. Second is Steve Nash at 90.4%. He's the greatest three-point shooter, all-time leader in volume, with well over 3,000 made, but he also shoots 42.6% for his career. But this year, and I understand to a certain extent it's not his fault totally. Andrew Wiggins continues to be whatever, right? We know what's going on with that. Matter of fact, what did he do last night? We did have 17 points last night, so that's a better performance. But for the entire year, he's been struggling. Clay's been still somewhat up and down, right? But Steph has to realize something, because I notice, at least to me, the games that I've seen, I haven't seen a lot of Warriors games this year because they're not focusing on the Warriors. But the games I've seen, especially like the last 2 months or something, Steph's been playing a lot of more hero ball than he used to. I prefer the Warriors when they were the Splash Brothers. When Clay would get hot, he would shoot, and the offense would focus on him. They'll feed him. When Steph got hot, they would feed him. I liked it when there was a balance between the two. Curry might average 24, Clay 22. But increasingly, since 2016, 17, but really ever since Durant left, the offense revolves around Steph Curry. Fine. They won a championship with that. Fine. But now I think that maybe Curry is shooting too much. Okay, I think sometimes he shoots too much and doesn't look for his teammates, doesn't trust his teammates anymore. He just doesn't. His assists are down, 4.9 assists per game. I know he was never a guy averaging 10 or 11, and I get that Chris Paul's on the team. I understand that. Even though Chris Paul has been starting lately. But you can't win like that. You can't win. Kobe Bryant couldn't do it. Wilt Chamberlain couldn't do it. Michael Jordan couldn't do it. One man cannot lead a team to a championship. He has to trust his teammates more in situations like I said. Wiggins had 17 points, but he only took 8 shots. Now Kuminga had 31 on just 19 shots. Klay Thompson only took 14 shots. Well, fuck Draymond. But it's just my thing, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking stuff, but I just think that he needs to be a little bit more team orientated. His field goal percentage is showcasing that. Steph has always been a guy that's been efficient. 47, 48, 49, even had 1 year shooting 50%, the year that he won his second league MVP. This year he's down to 44.8% shooting. Considering how easy it is to score in today's NBA compared to the other eras, that's not very good. To have your leading scorer in this era shoot 44.8% is not good. Allen Iverson, you could excuse that. He was taking an abundance of shots. He was the only guy on the team that could really score, and it was a more defensive oriented half court era. Spacing wasn't the same. You still had the trees down low, the bigs down low. You know, that 44.8% was different. This one is a red flag. I think that he's shooting the ball too much. I think he's getting older. You know, that's a factor. Steph Curry is, 35? And he'll be 36 on March 14th. He's getting older. Still a great player. Matter of fact, let me look at his season averages. 26.8 points, 4.2 rebounds, 4.9 assists. But that's down from last year's 29.4 points, 6.1 rebounds, 6.3 assists. Now, I understand some of the reasons why the assists are down is because of, is the presence of Chris Paul this year. But last year, he shot 49.3% from the floor. Now he's down to 44.8%. But that also shows, I hate to mention it, what happens when you take away a guy like Jordan Poole. I understand that he struggled mightily in the playoffs last year. Mightily. I get that. And much of last year, but still, you know, the Warriors offense, he was able to thrive. There'll be a lot of growing pains. He still was a young dude, man, but I think the Warriors really missed that guy. And I think that he misses the Warriors playing with the Wizards. I see that he is in the bottom of the NBA and plus minus. So that he missed the Warriors as well. But anyway, that's just my take on it, man. Tell me what you guys think.